Hey YouTube, it's ICU and welcome to the 28th episode of Best Tech Info and Rumors. To start off, I want to get this out of the way. Apple did release iOS 4.3.4 and iOS 4.2.9 to patch Comex's Jailbreak Me 3.0 PDF-based exploit. So that's the only reason for this new release, and if you guys don't intend on jailbreaking, then you can update, but if you guys want to jailbreak and if you guys want to take advantage of Jailbreak Me, do not update because it will prevent jailbreaking via Jailbreak Me 3.0. With that said, if you guys have already updated, you can downgrade back to iOS 4.3.3 if you guys have your SHSH files saved. So you can check down below in the more info. I will provide a video tutorial there that will teach you how to downgrade, and the process is still the same. So even though it's an older video, just follow the steps and you will be good as long as you have your SHSH files backed up. There most likely will be a tethered jailbreak for iOS 4.3.4 relatively soon via Red Snow. Now, because Red Snow does take advantage of the Lime Rain exploit, it probably won't work on the iPad 2, considering Apple patched the Lime Rain exploit for iPad 2 users. Once a jailbreak is out for iOS 4.3.4 and 4.2.9, there will be an annotation notifying you. Earlier this week at Microsoft's Worldwide Partner Conference, they actually announced 4 new Mango phones. Now, these phones will be running the new build of Windows Phone 7, which is known as Mango. Now, these phones definitely aren't comparable to iPhones. However, they could be a good second or third choice if you guys want to look into getting something that's maybe a little lower end or maybe something that's a little bit different than an iPhone. In Google/Android news, Google has started to roll out the Android market version 3.0.26. Now, this version makes it easier to browse for downloadable content because it brings all content into one central location, and it brings some awesome new features as well. So I will have a video demoing it down below in the more info, and you guys should definitely check it out because it looks really cool, and it's almost as good as Apple's App Store. And the reason why I say almost is because it isn't quite there, but at the same time it brings things that Apple's App Store doesn't bring to the table. Like, for instance, you can get all of your downloadable content there, so you can get music, movies, books, and applications there, whereas Apple has multiple different applications to get their downloadable content. For instance, they have iTunes, which is an application, the App Store, another application, as well as iBooks. So those are 3 different applications for 4 different types of downloadable content, whereas the Android market has one spot for all downloadable content. And I think Apple should definitely do that, and I think it would definitely be easier and it would definitely improve the browsing experience overall. In other news, a hacking group by the name of Anonymous has actually managed to hack into a firm that does heavy business with the Pentagon. And they also said that they've uncovered other information that details dealings between the US government and shady corporations. I won't go into depth on that. If you guys want more information on it, just check out the article down below. Spotify is also available to all US residents now. If you're unfamiliar with Spotify, it's basically a music service that is similar to Netflix. So basically what you do is you pay $10 a month and you get unlimited access to songs, and you can stream them to your different devices. Now, again, this is like Netflix because Netflix is exactly like this. The only difference is Netflix is for movies and it's a little bit cheaper, so I think Netflix is a better deal. But if you guys want a great alternative to something like iTunes, you should definitely do it because it's only the price of 10 iTunes songs and you get unlimited access to basically all music. You can stream it to your mobile devices, computer, anything. So as long as you keep paying that $10, you are pretty much good and you will get unlimited music access. Now, moving back to Apple news, it looks like OS X Line will be released soon. The other day, they actually closed down part of iTunes for developers due to the fact that they are probably prepping for a OS X Line release sometime soon. Now, with that being said, developers have started to update their Mac App Store applications to include changes specifically for OS X Lion. The newly released iOS 5 Beta 3 also includes support for FaceTime video mirroring over AirPlay. So basically, you can mirror your FaceTime experience to your Apple TV too. Moving on to an interesting Apple rumor, it appears that a part has been leaked from Apple's internal inventory. Now, this part is a dot dock connector for what's rumored to be an iPad 3. Now this dock connector has a ribbon cable connected to it, and the interesting thing is that the ribbon cable is attached at a 90-degree angle as opposed to just being straight like it was in the first and second generation iPads. So this leads to a couple different conclusions: that this is either fake, that this is what's actually going to be included in the iPad 3, or that this is what Apple has been testing or has tested in the past and found that it didn't quite work out. So while this doesn't detail anything major about the iPad 3, it's still pretty interesting. All Things D claims that the next generation MacBook Air will launch next week, and it will feature a faster processor, a Thunderbolt port, as well as a backlit keyboard. And they also claim that it will either come in 128GB or 256GB versions. So we'll see if this is true next week, and if you plan on buying a MacBook Air sometime soon, you should definitely hold out until the 2011 refreshed version of the MacBook Air is released. And to wrap this episode up, I just wanted to talk about one Cydia tweak and two cool applications for iDevices. Now, I'm going to start out by saying that the Cydia tweak is for iPads only. It's called iUsers, and it allows you to actually create user accounts on your iPad. So it's similar to a computer in the sense that it keeps your information separate from other people's information. So for instance, two people could have two different accounts and they could play the same exact game on their different accounts, and it would keep the information separate. So it would keep your progress separate from the other person's progress, which is actually really cool, and it's also a great advancement in iDevice tweaks. Now I'm going to talk about the two cool new App Store applications. The first one has already been released. It's called Dragon Go, and it's by the same company who brought Siri Personal Assistant to the App Store. So basically, it is a really awesome way to browse the internet, and all you have to do is you just have to speak and say something, and it will go out and search it. And this application is different than any other type of application like that because it actually knows what you're talking about and it assumes things. Now, it does a really great job of doing that, and you guys should check out the video demo if you want more information on it. And the other application has yet to be released. It is a really awesome looking third-person shooter game. Now, it somewhat takes after the style of Gears of War, where you have to duck and hide behind things and use things as cover and shoot from behind cover. Now, it looks like it's going to be a great game, considering it's by the same people who have brought great games to the gaming world in the past. So you guys should definitely check out the trailer for that. Again, links to everything that I've talked about in today's video will be down below. I hope you guys liked this video. Please remember to rate it up if you did. And for the question of the day, let me know down below if you guys think that iUsers is a cool concept or not, and what cool tweaks would you guys like to see brought to Cydia. And I will include links to my Twitter accounts, Facebook page, and Google Plus profile down below in the more info, so be sure to follow my Twitter accounts, like my Facebook page, and add me to your circles in Google Plus if you guys want to be updated more often. Again, I hope you guys liked this video, and until next time, this is ICU, signing out.